collection of bits and pieces to create the atmosphere of what we wanted to do here at Addison. We want this place to be a street food market. Not one of those council things where everybody has all this steel stuff sitting in the same marquee, all if like in dining houses and stuff. Yes, all white, and then the label has to be done by the council, so they all look the same. This is about your individuality. This is about projecting your culture into the market. So we want you to do things like you would normally do. Before we start, I need to let you know that there's a few people that are here today. And what actually happening is I'm going to video the session so that I can actually give it to the people that are not here today.
My knowledge is that I don't have a power here.
No,
okay. First of all, I guess yes. This is Juan Carlos representing the Addison Road Community Center that allow us to be able to run this market. Yes, my name is Des from STAR, which is pretty much helping people to start up a new business. Could I actually go around the room and get you to introduce yourself?
Will do exactly like that.
We'll start off
here. I'm Hannah from Community Migrant Resource Center in Parramatta, and I work at Employment Hub, so helping people start the businesses or finding their potential and volunteer capacities.
My name is Jo Bowen, and I'm from the House of Welcome. We work with asylum seekers. We have a program called the Welcome Peace Program, where we do cooking classes and catering, and we work with the Organ Council to raise awareness of organ, and this is just another way of helping our clients generate some income.
Hi, my name is Susan from Community Migrant Resource Center. It's a case worker and community development. I would focus on employment and right now working with myself and consulting as
My name is Cindy. I'm doing the lawyer kitchen for this company event.
My name is Gisette and I'm from Colombia, so I'm doing something.
My name is Suresh. I'll be doing Indian cuisine or Asian cuisine.
My name is Eva. I'm from the Community Migrant Resource Center, community development, focusing on women as well. So we are working on together there. But I'll be interested in this market because I have African crafts and all that, so I do other markets. So I'll be interested.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I am Sausan Salam. My friend is Eva from Salam. And I do craft and sewing and fix everything.
So how many food stores
Five, and one actually working. They actually have a restaurant, sort of. They just want to be in this market. The other two, I'm not quite sure why they're not yet, or maybe they're coming in back. Yes.
And probably there'll be more as well from our clients. It's just we're seeing what's happening.
Okay. So you basically are representing some of the clients?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
At the end of the day, we need to talk to the client
Yes,
because
of course.
we need to make sure that they follow the concept that we're going to get across to them. And also we working toward accreditation on a higher level because this is the market where we start. This is a market that gives the migrant and refugee an opportunity to get in trade and learning the skill at the same time. the stage from here, then we're looking at Darling Harbour, city of Sydney, Marrickville, and all other various states. And this is a wonderful place to start.
Then there's no excuse as people walk in.
I guess with this particular market, just from the expression of interest that you might have seen or might not have seen, there's a three part to this. The first one being the musician. If you are a musician or performance of some description, you can actually be in the space here. You need to contact us. Then we need to organize so that you don't actually have all the band together at the same time. So we can arrange things to make it viable for everybody. And they can actually do busking here also. Okay, so individual or group or whatever. Or they might want to promote themselves. They already do maybe a CD or something like that, or space to be able to sell. So we will help all the performance and artists in this way. The second one is art and craft store. Yeah, and craft stores pretty much we're looking at the whole thing as the culture that's coming from their space. We don't want people to come along and sell African product made in China. Okay, no, not allowed. Okay, it needs to be done in your own community. Or if you are thinking about importing stuff from your community in your country to sell it here, we suggest that you need to talk to the Fair Trading Association because they actually have a protocol that we are sure that the product that you actually have it here to sell in the market is actually benefit the people overseas, not just put them in this way to do this. Okay, so there's a principle to run this particular market. And the last one is a food store. Okay. Food store, we want you to actually make street food. Not the stuff, if you're going to have a Thai restaurant here, we don't want to be the same stuff that you can go into any Thai restaurant. So you need to actually make something that people on the street in your own country. And we're working with you on that. And to make the atmosphere totally different, become a unique market, because they know such a market like this in Melbourne or in Victoria or in New South Wales. So we want to create this environment, that one off, quite unique. So that's why I put the poster up from a different market, different place from around the world. We probably could not follow exactly the way they're doing it because the food safety thing. So we might have something like this look alike, but you need a sneeze guard in the front or something like that. We will work with you to create those spaces. This is what Cindy wants. Now Cindy is from Cambodia. She do a lot of Chinese Cambodian, a lot of steaming, a lot of really yummy food. And this is a type of similar to this, that what she wants. So we are working with her to create the trolleys to be able to trade in this space. And the trolley at the end of the day, it actually have to pass the food inspection. Okay, so we are going to be developed with you guys to create something that you not just only can use it here, but you have a unique piece of equipment that you can go to Darling Harbour or other places that you can actually still sell your food under the use of the food authority. So we're helping you to develop that also.
Should I build it?
Yes, we're actually building two at the moment.
Yeah.
Spending all my time cutting and welding and
Wow.
We'll do the first one, and when we finish the first one, we'll ask someone like Menshades or another disability program or something like that that do welding and things like that. If you actually have some client that in that space or you know the organization that can do that, please contact me also because these need to be manufactured. And it's just a matter of templates and mass produce. And I'll be interested in that.
What does that cost?
You can see that there's a whole lot of different utensils that they use. They're quite unique. I love this. Well, we can't put it on the ground like that, remember? It's 150 millimeters from the ground and all the rest of that. But anyway, that is a concept. This is the market in London. Okay, so you have to be a little bit more creative. Make things happening, draw things out, and talk about stuff, and then we're working with
That person.
how many people here are for craft
Let's see
stores?
how much it costs to notarise a document.
That's what we want to do in our
How
store.
long is the document?
Yeah.
How big is the document?
Craft stores are only thing that you cannot sell are food or vitamin products.
Yeah.
We don't know if we sell drugs and alcohol and stuff. But any other things are fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
No worries. Okay, well,
Okay, that's basically the general idea. Okay, the market on the expression of interest, there's a list of dates on there. That's the third Saturday of every month, except this particular one because it's actually starting on the fourth Saturday of the month. Other one will be on the third Saturday of every month. I actually make a mistake here on the 27th of August. It's supposed to be 20. So we set one form out
When is it on? Have two on Tuesday.
And this is a platform where we want to develop this market into something unique. Then we need to be able to work with you for long term. That is why we ask you, if you want to be part of this, then we ask you to sign up for 12 months.
Notarising the document.
From this 12 months, then we can actually have a frequent meeting for the market owners and whatever to see how we can improve this, to make this platform a profitable platform for all the participants. Because at the end of the day, it's about helping refugees and migrate in their pathway to reform. So for someone who like to come in when the store is already, the market already successful, there'll be a different way. Because you are a profit driven, you are not part of it. Okay. What I actually have put into the expression of interest
Okay,
is
thank you very much for that.
for the food store 3x3 is $100 per Saturday that you come and actually run the market. We're working very hard for the first 3-4 months to get the numbers up so that you become profitable, to be able to afford 100 and actually have lots of money to go home. And it do take time to bring the market up. For art and craft store, it's $50 for 3x3.
Oh, I can bring it. No,
Performance is busking.
Okay.
So if you come along and you actually sell your music and people want money. So we will work on that and we'll Dallas, because Dallas is actually a performance musician. So he know all about this a lot better than me. How we're going to work it out. However,
he's not authorised over there.
there is because of we need to put in the DA, how to get this
Okay, so I'm going to search
market up and
for
running.
Marrickville.
There's a cost that actually related to reach into this market. We want you to be well, at the beginning when you're not making money or making a little bit of money, I would like you to contribute to the basic minimum if you could. Okay, it would be $40 for the food store. Is that for the price?
It is related to waste management actually, because we do recycle all the stuff and that costs $30 per dwelling, the red one. And we are adding up also one of the problems that we have, we are a community center, but for the services, we are a commercial place. So we are charged as a commercial place, which is higher than the normal private. So we have to recover in some way the cost that this event is going to be.
Hi, buddy. How are you?
But it's $40, I think,
Yesterday.
Yes, we'll be required to provide some, like the same recycling, so we should actually make possible having separated or
No.
put it in a
Everything is
simple
going
bag
to go
and-
into one particular bin and
Alright,
then.
And it's
But
$6
They don't know for us, unfortunately.
every market.
every month.
110, or I try some of the others.
And
I'll just ring around and
and
see
would
how
that
much
be
it
on
costs.
top of the fees?
That will not be on top of the fees. The first 3 or 4 months, we ask you to help us, because we don't actually have a budget to run this either. So if you could actually help us for the $40, and then when after the 3rd month, what we are going to do is we're going to have all the storeholder meetings here, and we sit down and discuss. We have a two-way communication here because this is the community market. This is not a private market. Okay? We do ask when we want to go with this. How can we improve? How can we do things? And if you are actually going to use this space for, I don't know, using transition or whatever you want to use, then I think we prefer you to actually using it for the long term rather than one-off KPI for this particular group. We prefer you to actually connect it to us as one of the activities for the community. So we can actually always use that space, and we know that you're going to be here, you will get your KPI from here, and at the same time, everything will run according to that.
Nevertheless, once that after the 4 month trial period, it's over, the $100,
Yes, for the full store,
So
the $50.
yeah, so that money is going to be included there also.
In that cost.
Authorising the document.
So initially, you're hoping
I was
that
just
we will
wondering
be
if
able
it's
to
a
contribute $40 per power.
That's a
And then
single
by
page
the 4th
document.
month, $100. Did you say $50 or $100?
Just one second.
For full store, $100.
Yeah.
For craft store, $50.
And so that includes a big number. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep, and we'll hope to build up this market as big as the Sunday organic market one. So we're pretty sure that by the end of the 12th month, we are going to be if you run the units, so we're actually going to have more funding to run the funding rather than relying on the government.
Just take the number.
Anything else we could help also, we'd like you to be able to expand.
That's the one.
In between here, I mean, 12 months contract here, in between, if any event comes up in Manly or Sydney or Harbour Bridge, near.
Yes.
So the fees will be different.
Those ones are depending on the festival. Okay. You need to build up your skill first. Like in Darling Harbour around Tamarong Park, and the cafe strip. If you want to have a pop-up there, it's about $3,000 a day. Okay. Now you've got to have the skill to be able to sell more than $3,000 a day in that space. So that's why I will ask you to come here. We learn this. We learn how to process things. We learn how to store stuff. And then you will have that capacity. And then we'll take you on to something not that big. We'll take you to DY Festival, Manly Festival first. Then you're building things up. And then you will have that skill. And then you might actually have your wish list. You might want to buy a food bank, or you might want to do whatever. That type of thing is part of the plan of actually being here. But this market is going to be a unique one. And hopefully we get the ABC and SBS to put
Well,
this
as a
on.
matter of fact, Channel 7 are sending 2 crew members from my kitchen room
Okay.
to the first one.
For the
Just
first one.
because the event has gone viral. Yeah, I don't know what, so now they haven't tried the food yet, so they are already, and they are sending 2 crew members to recruit for the future chef for the program.
Yeah, but so does this do 110 normally?
They're going to be filming.
So I could come to your restaurant and eat it for free from you.
Yes.
My kitchen room.
First complimentary to everyone.
So it's a lot of things happening in this space. You have any question at all, please do ask me or one of ours. please. We want you to be ready for this event and future events. We want you to have that space that you're comfortable enough to be able to view our history.
For the first month, obviously we will have the cards ready or
No.
whatever, so we just going to present.
Will be a normal marquee, but you can be quite fancy. $170 Coleman marquee, it's green and grey. You know, we might get this is school holiday. Get your kid to paint it or something. Make it wonderful. Make it different. Because that's you can see this room here. You're walking in. This is a space. This is the type of thing that we want.
This is beautiful art.
In this space. Yes. So the same. You're going to be sitting on those little stools and have your. I don't think it's really appropriate for everyone, but you know, you're unique. We also have
I was just really find out what you
Iraqi tea.
I was just wondering how much it cost.
So they're using sand to heat up their
From
pot.
Athens.
From Hatham or for someone, yes.
Excellent.
So they're going to be here. That's the other one. We haven't seen them yet, so they have to watch the videos. So basically, they all come on a normal tables and chairs this time around, and then we're working with them to see what type of space that they wanted to create.
Okay, no worries.
And then for that space, then we'll create their platform and their little tables or whatever you want. With them so they can actually project their culture. Take that over Yes, we registered about 13 kitchens at the moment, but not all kitchens. There's some actually like tea, Ethiopian coffee, and he does a coffee ceremony or things like that. It's fine. If you want someone to be in this space, let me know, because you know, like the cuisine that coming through, regardless of which country it's coming from, there will be a different path to the same cuisine. You guys not going to get another one.
For the Ethiopians, I think
I can get his details too. He's got different details.
for the coffee ceremony.
All the food store and craft store are on the premises of the area that's going to use. The band is actually in the middle, so everybody actually has equal chance here. There's no close corner, white corner. Everybody about the same distance from all the activities. So this is Addison Road Community Center Storeholder Agreement. That is the one for your 12 months to be here. Please do consider that. On the map itself, if you have a look, you see this, the text that says green space. Okay, that's where the market is going to be. I'm just about to take you out for a walk, have a look. The green space. Okay, you can see that the hall there, and at the end of the hall is sort of like a little bit of extension a little bit, and that's where the stage is going to be. The green space there is basically almost circular. You're going to set it up in that way so that everybody is close to the table, so there's no dark corners there that you have the store and everything. So basically, that space that we are going to use. Which I'm going to show you in a minute. Walk out there. Okay. The storeholder application that we have to go around. Okay. That's sort of the first page it listed out the cost, where you can send the money to, Addison Water Center, ESB account number. When you are signing up for 12 months, okay, and from that 12 months, if you are actually missing a couple of months here and there, then we'll talk to see how we go because we haven't gone into that much of the detail. We just wanted to start out first, and then of course at the end of the third month, we will also have that get together to talk formally. But you can also talk to me before about what you see in this space, like working or not working, because at the end of the day, we want this to work for all of you. Okay, the next paragraph is about the $40 fees that we need to recover. We don't actually have money to run this. $30 for the beam and $10 for electricity, security, God knows what that we need to run under that application for Marrickville Council.
With the lighting, because it will be at night, you lighten up the whole.
Yeah, you light the area, but in your own store, you have to have no light. Okay, we have power points run through every store. If you only use 10 amps, okay, that all included. Okay, but if you are coming along with great big man marine, that taking out 415 volts or 15 amps, then we're probably looking at additional charge to that because we need to run a lot of other cables to get your store to operate. So that probably concern most with the food store rather than the house store. Or even the musician will not use the band the world. Just like if you actually have one of those 8 pockets or 9 pocket Marie, the food warmers, the last one, that could be so if you are going to hire those for this job, please go and have a look, make sure they're 10 amps, not 15 amps. And then we'll cover on that.
So someone wanted me to ask about the lighting. She had no idea how to do it. How many lights would you suggest?
If you want to use it as just a lighting, so people can see things in your store, and it could be just one light in the middle. There's a LED panel, about $35 in Bunnings or something like that.
Or an LED panel?
Yes. Or it could be just a light bulb. There's nothing to
Chargeable lights, chargeable lights, rechargeable lights.
Yes, I can use that. Hopefully the battery. So you need to plug it in. And users can use that for area lighting. But if you want to go a bit further, like if you actually, like you're selling craft, and you're setting up a couple of walls where you're closing the wall up, you actually have racks on them, or just a net on them, and you put your jewelry or whatever it is on them to sell. You might want a spotlight or a couple of lights to shine on those particular objects. Then that's up to you. We'll provide a PowerPoint. Okay, and then you have your extension board plugged into that, and you whatever you like in that 10 amps.
What I'm going to need is you providing also the extension cord.
Whatever you need in your store, you provide that.
So,
It's like any other market.
you know how we said we can get our own cars, or you can
Yep,
rent
yep.
some. Is there a place to store them here, or we have to take them?
No, you have to take them home and bring them back. That's the thing. So that's why I'm taking so long for our first one, because we're making the first one like a wheelchair. So you can take the top off, and the top is actually a normal stainless steel table. So you can actually have your stainless steel table that you use in the kitchen already, or in your marquee, and we build the trolley to fit those tables. So when you finish, you take the top off and you put it back in the kitchen, the original legs, and you don't have to spend another $300 for the stainless steel table. And when you need to use your card, you take the top off and chuck it on this one, and you go for a ride. So we'll try the best way to save all this. And when the top come off, there's a pole that the roof come off, and then the whole thing fold up like a wheelchair. So if you only have a van or 8 seaters,
bus that you use for too many kids to have a tennis farm or something. Four-wheel drive, you can actually put those things in. That's what we will be aiming at. Because we don't want you to be carrying trailers or you've got to buy a big van to put all these things in. You're not at that space. Later on, when you become professional, you might want to have a proper everything. Then you have to buy your own vans and things like that. But at the beginning, we're trying to make everything compact, so you can actually put in the back of your car and a chance to trade.
Do you think there's also, I don't know, maybe the one if you want to try to still hold it? Yeah, in another car.
Oh, no car. When we run last market here, the people who sell the other food. I can't remember that. There's a normal car. They have roof racks on. They chuck the table on the top of the roof rack, and then the marquee go inside the car, and all their pots and pans, and God knows what it is to turn up.
Okay, so I can get a roof rack for them.
So you need to think about all this and how you actually going to use this stuff.
And do we as well need to provide chairs and tables for the people to sit on? Or you're going to be providing that?
That is actually later on. All of this is actually all your products. We want you to actually build up to the space where you can run it in this market and you can run it in another market. If you don't have tables and chairs, we do have tables and chairs here for the first few times that you're going to use. But later on, we want it, because this is a plastic table, you know, and a whole chair and things like that. It's awkward. It doesn't look like what it's supposed to look like. That's why I'm saying that we build this over a period of time. Okay, not everybody going to have a trolley on the first one. Most of us will be marquee. Okay, not many people, like the food store, like this one, they have a couple of tables in the front. Okay, there's a whole heap of foldable, dodgy table from Cabramatta that you can actually do this, and the stool costs $5 at Cabramatta. So all of that stuff, you can build it up as you go along. Yes, you can do whatever you like to. It's actually match what you're doing. We want it to be in that space, to actually have that feel. Okay, but it's over a period of time. We don't want you to spend all the money in the first one. We want you to make money first. Then you have your wish list, and we start putting your wish list together. Yeah, okay. The address, the date on this form is a correct date, being May the 21st and June the 18th, July the 23rd. On my other one is not the correct date. And then all the stuff about the storeholder, the business name, you have a business name, your insurance, and signing up for the 12 months. And that basic requirement as you need to operate in this space as a food market. It basically, it's pretty much to do with food safety, safety of the people in this space. So please do with them. Have any questions, please give me a call on Carlos' call. Yes. Yep.
The only thing that I would suggest is to avoid the use of plastic. Yes. Cutlery, those bamboo recycling bag would be the proper one. Also like.
Yes. Addison Lords are very concerned about the environment and the environment for our children. So a whole lot of plastic materials and things are not really compatible here. But if you do actually have the needs to use plastic container because you actually have a lot of soup and your paper plate with a leak and things like that, and you cannot find anything, then we'll probably allow you to do that, but we'll need to source the other alternative material. And it's a really good practice because as you have a look and find, plastic when it goes into the dump, it do not decompose for a long period of time. But if you actually have one of those bamboo containers or paper containers of that sort, they actually decompose very quickly in the environment. And that's what we prefer. And the
chemical that you are going to use in the store to clean things up, please make sure that they comply with the Federal Food Authority. Yeah, basically. So everybody's safe in that space. And this space got a lot of families and kids. So we wanted to be safe. Okay. Shall we go and have a look at the space?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yep. Basically, this is a place. We'll wait until everybody get here first. Yes.
So this is the area.
Yeah?
It's a nice space.
Yeah.
It is a wonderful space here.
It's going to be enough for 1,000 to 2,000 people.
Yes.
Enough space?
Yes.
No, what happened is they can spray over there.
Yes.
We have space in the back. As long as they collect the food here, and they can just spray whatever they want.
Yes. Also the car park, because it's street food, we're also looking at this section of the car park, so the traffic can go through without passing us, and that section can expand onto it. But the reason why we start here first, because this is autumn is a funny month of the year where you got rain like this and then there's sunshine tomorrow or whatever. So what we want to do is to have rain plan. So the brand will be where the two roller doors is, and the food store and craft store will start from that little gum tree there, and go around the perimeters, okay, down to probably all of this area here. So it basically the band is in the middle and you got all the semicircle in this space. So it's pretty much equal opportunity, and we got a couple of powers lines here so we can actually run. Market stay on the grass area. There'll be a whole lot of other performance and things like that. And for the food store, you got your store in the back and you got a couple of tables in the front. So people can sit down also, and because of the color of the table, hopefully, matching your stores, and they know that, hey, you got to buy something to sit here. So work in that sense.
If it rains,
Yes, that's why we're doing it here. In autumns are always like this. The weather is unpredictable. Spring is the other one that's always unpredictable. Worst come to worst, if it's going to be a day like this, we might want to stay here, or you can open up the hall. The band will be inside the hall. The food store will be on the edge because you cannot cook in the building. And then all the craft store will be inside the hall. So they still run. Okay.
Can we have a look inside the hall?
Yes.